Well, hello, and welcome back to Game of the Game. Good old Avowed. Well, I'm either going to get this done in the next half an hour, or it'll take a couple hours. I would assume it'll take at least a couple hours.
Psychologists who could die happy here. Anything this
Magma's getting awfully high. Might want to hurry.
Ooh, lava. Molten hot magma.
That's all of We need to keep moving if we're gonna catch Kostya.
these recordings. Kostya must be behind this. Let's hurry. Oh, that's hot.
Take him down.
If you insist.
Oh shit, I missed that one. Oh, diamond. I'll take the diamonds. Free money.
Voices silenced.
We're in a bit of a rush, envoy.
Don't rush me.
Let's go.
Guess not. No, you fucking whore. God, it's so fucking stupid that they can heal that quickly. And also on a boss that has quite a bit of HP as well. Just like, meh. What am I shooting for? I need... Under car. Oh. Ancient Lesser. Yeah, that. Slows the hit enemy by 15%, 5 seconds. Power attacks 50% more move speed. Not bad. Gonna destroy it, but not bad.
Come and get me.
You asked for it. Dead. Christian isn't very loyal himself, is he?
Kostya isn't going to wait around for us. Keep moving.
Keep quiet.
I feel like this is gonna work, but... Fuck off, did I miss it?
If Kostya knew about this, he'd be selling tickets.
I'd come across references to this before, but nothing could have prepared me.
I don't think so. It was worth a try. What was it?
Daylight. Essence we have not felt in centuries.
Soul of my soul. How did you find me here? I have been here for so long. My memories are tattered. They fall apart when I look too long at them. But there was a man called Nandru once, beloved of a terrible god. I remember it all. I feel Sabadal's mind beneath yours, swimming in the deep. You should run. That was the name they gave themselves, stolen from the ancient souls whose deaths gave rise to them, to us. We were little more than appendages to them. That is why I must ask you to destroy them. They shield you from the truth of what they are. The dream scourge has existed as long as they have. Don't you see? It is their infection. You, my brother, who are more brave than I, go now to the garden and hang the gardener from their tree. You need only walk a little more. You are nearly at the end. You know, I always meant to die down here. To siphon my soul into a lonely pillar, disconnected from the stone that makes our world. Disconnected from them. I only hope that Sabadal releases you to the same long peace. I do not know my end. In that I find a peace beyond any even the true gods can dream of. Do not thank me. Only do as I asked. Destroy them, brother. And when you see Boudica, tell her I said
right? We lost you there for a minute, but not like before.
Another day, another chat with Sumadra. Though this one seemed different.
Well, although I know I should be getting rid of the god, I did wholly intend to free it, so I may as well stick down to that story for now. And then again, if and when I play this game again, I'll also have to flip side just time to go fuck himself.
So, do we have a plan for Kostya once we find him?
Kostya's already proven himself an enemy of Solace. The sluice gates are just ahead. Kostya's probably already there. Let's move. Lava's rising. We have to stop this now.
Good, you're here. Help me destroy the switch. We can't risk someone turning it and opening the gates. If the keep falls so that we might live, so be it. I figured you might have. Bloodthirsty. You people just can't help yourselves. I could have used them. I could have fixed everything.
Nope, he's doing the let me fix her
But
thing.
you've done me a favor in a way. So long as the keep stands, my people are trapped here. Doomed by an oath to a dead man. Our people were nomads for ages until we built the keep. When it falls, we'll be free to explore the world again. I will not watch my people rot here for the sake of a pointless oath.
A life for rubble, blood for the prison of old ways. We twine.
Stand down, Kostya. This just isn't your day.
Envoy? I understand that Kostya grates on the nerves, but perhaps we should...
So be it. And you are so close. The entrance to the garden is just
Think you're gonna
beyond
beat
this
me?
door. I always knew it would come to this.
Keep on company!
Hey man, how you doing? There's no way I just missed that, but whatever. Fuck off, am I missing these shots, man? Didn't really want to do that, but whatever.
We got them all. It's done. Solace is safe. Thank the gods.
Did the keep look as confined before?
No, my inventory.
The keep is beautiful. Like a gilded cage.
No, cool. I guess I'll do this.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace Keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
Civilization, as we know it, hasn't existed in the living lands for very long. We need to preserve what history we have.
Darling, you know I hate to think of losing all of that history more than anyone. But think of what they could have gained. Maxim left the Republics, and it allowed Animancers in Fjord to thrive.
Destroying our home is not starting something new.
You really think everyone in Solace is there willingly? If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now. You're right. There's no use in second-guessing it.
True. And you've a date with the gods soon. We can only hope that you'll make better decisions.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for the garden. I, for one, could use a long rest.
Right.
Yeah, rest up, assholes. No. Well, I can get 2 levels out of it at least. And I'm missing 3 blood right toadstool. Soon upgrade that. And then I guess if I really want I can still sell that other stuff if I don't have the money. Oh, and it's only 15,000 to get it to complete max. So I need another what? 10k?
Are you seeing it?
No sleepies. Why no sleepies? Why does it look like I'm super white all of a sudden? Not even that bright out, but...
Complaining about the
lack of ingredients again.
We've never been happier to see the keep.
I told you. I knew that adherent was a blessing.
Not safe.
I still can't believe that something
What happened, Adirin? Is everyone all right?
goes that far.
I even considered supporting them.
I always knew Costa.
It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead. I don't care, Envoy. Keep your blasphemies to yourself. Tell me about the keep. It is all I can ask for. Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home. Perhaps so. Either way, I understand now the nature of my errors. It will not happen again. Here. I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things had gone differently. Marius, could I speak to you?
Right. Did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare? Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right. Waiting for the but?
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
It was a true thing.
Thanks, bye. Well, she's out of curiosity. You don't read stuff and shit, do you?
Blessed day.
Also, you can only refine them once anyway.
Golem. This one thing.
Can't wait.
Here you are. The fine. I will.
Honor's offense.
What can I?
Well, here's the money that I need. I need 25 grand.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Make this main hard save you. Yep, you'll not be able to turn when you return to the guard, you wish to proceed. Yes. There you go, that's all I had to do last night. Was that to get to the point of no return?
This is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks.
So yeah, this
I will
might
say,
not take long.
it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing.
Half an hour in,
Thanks for
not an hour
that.
and a half, 2 hours.
Not everyone saw it that way. I guess I'm glad you did.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us. We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
I hear ya. This island is weird enough when all we have to worry about are vengeful plans and soul-altering corruption.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown, a land of mystery.
We have to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden, or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it. Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind. Anytime, darling.
Before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan? For once, I'm all out of ideas. Anyone else?
I'm a soldier. I prefer leaving these decisions to people like you, but if you're asking for input, I don't entirely disagree with Ludwig on this. She may be a monster, but she's not the only one the Living Lands has seen. Sapadal could render this whole island as barren as the tusks in a fit of anger.
Sapadal caused the Dream Scourge. All of this pain. I don't think I can forgive that. Especially after seeing Iancu. I just can't let that go.
Think of what we could learn from Sapadal. Perhaps there's a way we can keep everyone alive.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the Living Lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in. Good. Who said it has to be? Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how long we'll be gone. For all we know, time could run backwards in the garden.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end. Marius?
I told you I'd be with you till the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilici, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
And tell Quilici that I missed out on the most exciting part.
Oh, you're gonna get me going too. We're with you. All the way.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Eventually. What do you want?
So, this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Right. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that... I suppose you're right. I'm frightened, I'm excited. I'm a lot of things right now. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan? That was nothing compared to this. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it. I almost turned my back on animancy. And if I'm being honest, it was a relief. But now that we're here, who am I to reject my upbringing, my potential? My parents were going to build a better world for animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did, to an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything. I'll try to remember that. I don't know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it. Who could rest at a time like this?
Bitch, please.
I must admit, you could have helped. I agree. Even if Solid, wherever you... Or perhaps whatever that but at least you keep things interesting. If I
Fuck's
must,
sake, seriously?
let me get this straight. What did he say? Oh. I should have seen this. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical. Thankfully you're still alive. See? No one is close, which means you... A caged animal, for what it's worth. You haven't... If you ever feel... Not before I've done some
Bitch,
reading.
please.
Can we talk a moment? How much do you really... Among other things, Adra is a... We severed the Adra. Still... A what? As... You too.
Oh... No. How much dragonhide do I even need? 48! I've got more than enough dragonhide. It's just toadstool that I need. Which is what? 9... and 14. 23. 23 of that and I've got the money, so... Onwards, 'cause I'm not listening to you fucking waffling anymore. Let's get ready to put you back on then. Gonna assume for the most part it's a very linear way to go. Oh, some unspent abilities. What level am I? 27? I guess I'll get more food, which I still haven't made at my camp.
Looks like a dead end. Oh, I stand corrected.
I think we found Sapadal's home.
That's it. The heart of the garden. Sapadal's cage.
And there we are. 9. Or you can. So you can still lose. If I really needed to. Alright, yeah, I should probably look at the ground for some little red toadstools so I can just pick it up. That will also kind of explain why I stopped getting a lot of flowery things. Just stop picking them up. Well, if I'm getting 2 a pop anyway, this won't take very long to get what I need. Let's say 23.
Don't see a better way down. You first.
Cannonball! Walk like a tub. That's done.
No. 16. Fuck it, I'll come back when I get enough. It's 18.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Or am I going mad? What is the meaning of this? It can't be real. This is an illusion. A joke. Tell me we're both seeing the same thing. But worse. So much worse. Why am I cursed to see this again? Why does the memory follow me wherever I go? Wanna know what I think? I think someone's laughing at me. Whoever is responsible, I'm tired of the bullshit. Step forward and answer for yourself, coward.
Godlike of Sapadal, long have we awaited you.
Finally, you've come home.
It's not just me, right? The plants are talking.
Oh my gods. They're alive? What do you think you're doing?
Giada Castel, welcome.
Wait, you know me? How do you know me?
Mama, Papa.
For centuries, our whispers filled the silence. Then we heard your mother's call.
My mother? You heard her?
She reached out to us, using the tool you now carry.
But that would have been years ago. The first time she used the phantasmal focus. The only time she used it.
We heard, and Sapadal answered. saying in a great voice, "We are here. You have found us."
But when Sapadal speaks, the living lands trembles. The voice of a god can be a terrible thing.
No, this can't be. What exactly happened to my parents? Tell me, please. I need to know.
Sapadal wanted to be heard, and in so doing, twisted your family in body and soul, broke them into a more suitable shape.
Sapadal does not know the limits of their strength. Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made? Do you have any idea what my life has been since your little mistake?
After the incident, your parents were like us, and we took pity, so we helped them move on, as they wanted.
In the end, they thought only of you, their pride, and their love.
That's it. That's really it. The answer I've been searching for all these years. Sapadal destroyed my family. I don't hold you responsible. I don't even know if I hold Sapadal responsible. Your god has the intelligence of a scatterbrained goat, but that isn't their fault. It's simply how they came into being. I know they are. My mother and father would not have wanted this. A good Animancer embraces death, and they were the best. Indulge me a moment. I've been waiting a long time for this. One final question, spirits. What is this? Why are you trying to ruin my life again? Is this your way of haunting me? What is it you want?
Not to be pedantic, but that was 4 questions.
We want to apologize on Sapadal's behalf, and for the part we played in your sorrow.
They want to apologize. I came to the garden for answers, not to offer forgiveness. Was it a mistake? Because no matter where we go, the gods can't stop themselves from hurting us. Our lives are a game to them. Damn it. I can't believe I'm about to say this. Sapadal has been trapped here for millennia. Alone. Confused. Screaming into the void for anyone who will listen. When they heard the voice of a stranger, they overreacted. How can I hold that against you? Apology accepted.
Thank you, Giada. And thank you, Godlike, for bringing her all this way.
Didn't really intend to,
The
but
time has come for you to find your patron, as you were meant to. May the living lands receive you with open arms. Farewell.
Goodbye. We need to talk about this, but not here.
Give her space, dearie. Giada will speak more when she's ready.
Why? Why? There's no MCA. What are my mushrooms at? 19! I need 23. Need 2 more mushrooms? Oh, hello.
I see the disciple has found his way.
Can I just take this thing?
No. Clarion Steel. We know this voice. Why is she here?
I would strike you down for that. Unfortunately, I can use you.
Out. Out. Her voice pierces our skin.
Look at this place. A quagmire of your parasite's worst instincts. Can you even begin to grasp the forces that you tamper with?
Nope, don't need to.
I call it for what it is. Do you think you're special with your god's thorn in your side? Do you believe you can hold dominion over chaos itself? When even the collective fury of the real gods could only confine the sniveling creature to this wasteland. You suspected. Then you must have understood why.
It is true. She twists the knife. The seas run red with memory.
In time, the gods felt the wretched powers seeping through this land. Its madness would consume us all if it was not contained. Chaos threatens us all. We will ensure order prevails. A pity that its followers could not be reasoned with. Of course I did. The poor godless, worshipping the very thing that subsumed them. We could not excise the rot and spare the roots that nourished it. You dare claim the domain of the gods is trivial? Mind your tongue. Your blasphemy strains my patience.
Get the fuck out of here.
Why does our prison not protect us? Help us! Silence her!
Listen to its tantrum. It knows neither order nor sense. Adir is the only thing holding back the tide of entropy. I refuse to even dignify that with a response.
Well, that is a
There
response.
still
So.
time. You can
Oh,
succeed
Hailstone.
where Ludwig failed. Face your false god and end its reign of terror permanently. Very well. I cannot force a child to bend to my will. But I will not stand by and watch you undo my work.
Tough shit.
You should have thought more carefully before you broke your oath to the Empire. Let this be a lesson to you.
I never thought I'd learn of the Godless's fate from their killer.
That's it. From now on, I pray to no god.
Oh, big mistake!
Also, ignore me being an idiot, but I've got my fucking gun, haven't I? Make like my shit move. Also, thanks for the assist, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Fuck off. Dark off with this key.
is that? I know that place, right?
It's where your mum died. And the whole cult thing.
Oh no. No, no, no. Why is this? They're dead. Like it just happened. Like I remember.
This is the moment I found you, bundled and crying, while our parents died.
Viate. You're not here. You can't be here.
I am dead, Viate, from the Dream Scourge. We are in the garden. As strange as this seems, it is normal here. Please, Viate. This is where you need to be right now.
Oh, I have faced this already. Why force me to do it again? Right. Okay, I can do this. Let's get into it.
You know where we are. This is my memory. When everyone died, and I found you back in your tent. How much of this do you remember? I can't tell from your eyes.
We dealt with Razvan. He got what was coming to him.
I am better off now than when I was fungus-brained and ready to die. I am part of this land's god now. A dream of the land.
Were you always such a blessed day poet? Or is that a death thing?
Sapadal wants to understand. They know your envoy very well, but not the people next to them.
I have what I needed. We dealt with Razvan. We avenged our parents' deaths.
Then maybe it was I who needed to speak with my Viate. With a clear mind this time. Even when we were children, you kept me alive, first by needing my protection, and then by being who you turned out to be. When you left Solace, it was like I lost more than my best friend. I lost my need to live.
I know. And I'm not sure I'll ever live that down. I don't think I know how.
You've always done everything you could to survive. It's time for you to learn how to live.
So, what do we do now?
I feel strongly that there's nothing left to forgive.
Easier said than accepted, Viate. Forgiving myself is the hardest part. We've both been through so much. But I can see that it's all behind us now. Just another thing we've survived after all this time.
A fine way to put it. I see it too. You've come a long way from that scared boy who refused to wear shoes for fear a bug might crawl out of it.
That was you, Nimdut. Look at my feet. Shoes. Kamayu.
Get out of here. Hike up your waistline and go talk to a god. They'll be waiting.
Well, it was good to see you, Viate. Even with all this.
Take care of my little friend, Envoy. He needs you more than he'll say.
Quiet as a soul. They're coming! Watch your right! Don't you die on me! Defenses up!
Well, that was fun.
Let's do the assist, Mars.
What a massacre.
Who's next? Anyone?
Yeah.
Wait, isn't that Tama's cairn? Oh dear.
This room, it looks just like Tama's. Tama. No. No. I dealt with this. We stood at his memorial together. What is this, Envoy? This is your god's prison, not mine. Before we visited his memorial, yes. But I thought I'd broken free. I can't focus on his face. His features keep blurring, changing. Then what am I looking at? I know it's him, but I don't recognize him as the Tama I knew. It's like he keeps changing in front of me. Does that make sense? That's the problem. I can't picture him anymore. I used to remember his face so clearly from that night. His rigid jaw, the way his eyes crinkled at the corners. He was in pain, but trying to hide it. I did. Sounds downright selfish of me when you put it that way. But this Tama's more than that. All his moments at once, joy, sadness, anger, heartbreak, stomachache, everything from the handful of years that I knew him and the decades before we'd met. He's almost a stranger. Yeah, it is. All this time I kept him frozen in his worst moment, when he was suffering and when I failed him. And now that I see him as more, it's like he's free of that. Yeah. I never realized what an injustice I was doing to us both. You're right. I am. It's like you said. His memory is no longer a burden. For the longest, I was afraid to let go of this moment, like I'd be letting him go if I did. And now I see I was just holding on to something that was weighing us both down. Better than I could have said it. I never thought I'd meet someone I respect the way I respected Tama. But you've made some tough calls, and you've kept your head and your heart in the right place. So whatever comes next, I'm with you until the end. Now let's go find this god of yours and end the Dream Scourge. When we reach them, what do you think we'll find? A victim? A villain? I suspect you're right. Let's end this. I'll follow your lead, as always.
Not only yet, Sleazy. No. Ooh, wayfinder. No.
Someone's eager to meet us.
Oh, sarcophagus key. That. All the way back that way then.
In its full splendor.
I go back now. When I go back if I get a fast travel point.
Happening. As the affliction fester even here. It threatens our heart. We cannot fight this invasion alone. See clearly. We must. We must.
Ooh, hang on. Oh, what the hell is a sarcophagus? Spirit Mender. Two percent of your attack. Guess I can go down and go through now. Don't have enough branches. God damn it. No, we don't can just do that. Fully upgraded, which means I don't need you. Don't need you. How many more branches do I need? I still need 3 more branches. I don't need that gun anymore. There we go. Oh, equipped a fully upgraded weapon. Big iron on your head. Something, 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 something. Fucking floating Vegas. Listening to the same 3 songs over and over again.
The bars were not enough. They writhe. They seek to silence us. Only essence sustains them now. Hatred seated in the heart. We wonder. Deer leaps at its reflection in the lake. defied our expectations at every turn. Perhaps we should not have been. The sky is green. The fish breathes air. We can no longer imagine. We would run, roll with the tide, sink our fingers into new earth. Whisper in the fields, lift the hills gently in our hands. We did once. New sweet peas bloom in the grove. We would try. Vengeance denied, squandered. This cannot be. We feel nothing amiss. We speak of freedom when the hand still clasps around our throat. Wake now. Find us.
I will wait when I'm bloody well good and ready.
How are you feeling?
I'm alright. Good to see an old friend, you know?
Saying goodbye, that's the hard part.
You can talk to us, Marius. Please, if you think talking will help.
Okie dokie, I'm back. Hello. Sorry about that. If anyone who's watching me on YouTube, probably splice this together anyway. But things cropped up. So I'll just splice it together from here.
I'm not used to it.
I guess that's still one thing I don't like about this game. Just enemies going, huh? What? So could we not? Bitchy boy. Nice. Thanks, by the way, Yachtley, for triggering all these assholes. Also, no idea why I'm still trying to open shit up. Maybe another bloody game. I don't need anything. Go. Oh. Don't mind if I do.
We have been here. We were here all the yesterdays before. The sun rises and sets. Time is mud. When were you born? When were we? We cannot say. We feel no spark of the Tibari Sinakis in this place. We cannot see it through their eyes. We slumber here, alone. Still wings, the clear glass of the pond. They took it all away. A tide of souls thrown upon the wheel. The ground gives way. We fall. Now our memory is a wound reopened. They came suddenly. The stillness of night split by grinding steel. We should have heard a warning on the breeze. First, they blinded us. Shining eyes pierced the concealing dark. Then they burned. Smoke ensnared the moonlight. The Akita screamed. A means to an end. We saw a terrible design in the roaring flames. They had carved a path to the temple. We were their true prey. Douse the candle, only for the sun to rise again. We persisted. We were everywhere. How could they cull the wind? How could they track the stars? Then they turned to what the Akita had made. They toppled the statues. They set the libraries ablaze. A mouth silenced, a record of time rendered in ruins. The Akita howled. They died. We cried out, sundered, soul by soul. We broke the earth, called down the storm, flung lightning from our hands. But they marched on. We grew tired. In fury, we exposed ourselves. There were too many, stinging, buzzing. They swarmed us. They raised machines. We tried to tear down the garden's walls. Then, nothing. Not death. Worse. A void. We reached out, but the machines held us in. We could not feel the new day's sun. Play in the shifting tide. The cities crumbled. We could not save them. We could not save ourselves. Yet they did. A light snuffed out. We watched helplessly for aeons. Until you. are the lamp, the bonfire, forces to be controlled. The wound numbs now. We watch as the river of time expands. In the silence of our prison, we find clarity. How many voices lost? How many saplings have we cut down? We sink into the endless night. Perhaps we should be here. Fish swims in circles. We are not sure we understand. Were we truly confined? Was there growth we did not see? Soil stirs. We have a new memory of this place. You opened the final lock, entered the hidden glade. You listened. You stand at a cliff now. We watch your footsteps carefully. We twine together.
We twine. We twine.
We grow. We grow.
Cool. Remembrance of Sapodal. Your health constantly regenerates when below 50%. Nice. Thank you, Colin. Appreciate it. Oh, for the love of God. Fucking whiffed. Whatever. Not even the one that I wanted, but sure. I want to freeze him.
Who's next? Anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, inevitability. Oh, I can't wait not to use that. Really? Why? I come here. Oh, idiot.
Let's go inside. This is the library from my dreams. I wonder who she was. There it spells. This is just a... This looks like the Akita building this place. Clearly they wanted their story preserved, no matter the cost.
You want to have a chair?
Garlowane's gonads. Envoy? I never told you this, but I've dreamed of this place every night for most of my life. This is a godless library. An actual, real-life godless library. It's why I study the godless, because this place has haunted me since I was a child. And that's the chair. It's the picture of coziness. Must you always default to military tactics?
Yes.
Finally, you've arrived. Ah, there it smells. That took 10 years off my life. Wait. You must be the librarian from my dreams. Oh, it's a pleasure to finally meet you. Oh, though, you do look quite familiar.
The resemblance is uncanny.
It has been quite some time. Too many years to number. Of course. You are
What was going on when I was snack? As per usual.
Fashionable one at that. No, child. We are the keeper of these tablets. Or have you already forgotten? Oh, of course. I was you in a past life. Oh, I'm such a fool. You lived with animancers, and yet the idea of awakening to your past lives never entered your mind.
Few can bear the mental and spiritual strain of an awakening. As often as not, it leads to madness.
Oh, darling, you know how I get around all the metaphysical talk.
That's why I'm here, remember?
I was the last of the Akita. Once the attack started, a few of us were charged with preserving as much of our history as we could. So we retreated with as much as we could carry. The attacks? You must mean the Magfolk attacks. Yes, we've heard. Is that the reason for the bodies outside? Yes. Your monstrous gods, who bought their divinity with blood and the souls of their faithful. They tried to butcher every last one of us. They did in the end. But they didn't get exactly what they wished for. I made sure of that. But how did the Magfolk reach you in here? They didn't. Between the screams of my kin being slaughtered and the screeching of the Magfolk, I couldn't breathe. That's the screeching I heard in my dream, Envoy. I knew I recognized it when we killed that Magfolk. Once it was gone, there was nothing left. And perversely, I found the quiet worse. So I decided on another way. One that wouldn't give your gods the satisfaction. Poison? Well, at least you washed it down with some good wine. It really speaks to her dedication. Our dedication. Yaxley, you know what you must do now. I abandoned my duty to protect our history, but you Someone must tell the story of the Akita, and there is no one else. I'm already an expert. What more do you want me to do? Oh, think about it, Yatsley. You have been training to be the new protector of this collection since childhood. I couldn't ask for a better successor. But that was your duty. I have my own dreams. Yatsley, if you do not become the new librarian, there will be no other. The stories of the Akita will turn to dust, and my people, our people, will be forgotten. Just as the burned queen wanted all along, when she sent her magfolk to choke the life from us. This is all too much. What do you think, Envoy? I'm already intrigued. You don't need to lay on the guilt, Envoy. I'm so glad that
Not guilt, but...
Sabadell's chosen stands with you, Yatsley. Our time is at an end, Yatsley. It's time for me to go. Wait! I've not even asked you any questions! Tell me about your marriage rights. And oh, did you mean for all your buildings to look so phallic? Unfortunately, my time is at an end. You
could have said yes and yes to them,
must
but...
keep Yatsley alive. She is the last hope of the Akita. So this is goodbye. I wish we could have... No. I wish that all of you had a better ending. She's gone.
Didn't even say it anyway.
Forgive me, Envoy, but we should get going.
Yeah, okie doke. Everyone wants to talk to me. But if there ain't a fucking camera right outside, or anywhere in front of me, then I'm not going all the way back just to fucking have to travel all the way back again.
I'll never understand the Akita's.
No, where you?
I survived. Somehow.
Discovered all party camps across the living lands. Woo. So, I mean, within reason, I guess I won't have missed too much,
There's always
but...
a weird sort of quiet on the eve of battle. I'm feeling that now. Seems like a good time to gather our thoughts and share a drink before whatever's coming.
Alcohol.
Right. This seems like a perfect place to stop and relax.
Though it's hard enough to tell what's real here without a belly full of drink.
Sounds like you're nervous, dearie.
I'm feeling all kinds of ways. Anxious, excited, scared, hungry.
I feel it as well. It is only mortal to feel overwhelmed in the presence of the immortal.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. Getting to see that vision of Tama did me good. Like, I finally let go of something I'd been holding too long. Now that we're here, I'm eager to see this through. Nothing worse than holding your breath and waiting. Same. I'd rather have good company in a prison than paradise alone.
Had a feeling you might ask me that. I'm not sure I've really worked through what I've seen here, but I am grateful for the chance to see Yonku again. I feel like we're almost done with all of this, but We are in the weirdest place in the world, so who knows? I'm completely baffled. But when haven't I been lately? Being afraid doesn't even feel scary anymore.
I think so. The garden is so much more than I expected. Full of contradictions. Wild, yet serene. Truthfully, I didn't come all this way searching for my own answers. But I found them. Or perhaps they found me. And now, it's like there's a new path laid out before me. A life after the Dream Scourge. We're close to something. A threshold between calm and crisis. Conflict and peace. Life and death. So am I. None of us could have gotten this far on our own.
Well, I won't lie to you, Envoy. A lot's happened. It's not every day that you learn that you're the last hope to carry on a legacy, but... well, here we are. Never literally talked to myself before either. I think I annoyed her.
Sure you have.
Me? Oh, I think I need another drink. But here we are. I just need a moment to take it all in. Thank you, dearie.
Phrasing.
I'll be ready by the time the fun starts. And I wouldn't worry. Our little group here is perfectly frightening, and I'm sure our enemies would agree.
I've got a tiny little pink furry bald guinea pig thing,
I
I'm
can't
sure.
speak for anyone else, though.
You've listened to all of us. How about you? You've been through a lot since you arrived. You've been shipwrecked and assassinated, harangued by gods, bureaucrats, and a death guard. You've had your soul poked, your loyalties questioned, and your sleep regularly interrupted by a god with no respect for privacy. And yet you've kept yourself and all of us together. How are you really doing?
Under the circumstances, that's entirely reasonable.
Join the club.
I'd been more concerned if you weren't scared. Did you think we'd judge you for that?
True. Most of the weight of all this sits on you.
None of us thought this would be easy. For you, most of all. We've survived our own hardships. Now we'll survive yours.
When we first met, I didn't think you'd last long. But then I saw how you handled that dream thrall there. Shook off your own death like a bad cold. And then you confronted your own killer and let him go. It takes a special kind of strength to stay your hand in a moment like that.
I didn't know much about you at that point. You were traveling with Kai and you died, which I thought made a lot of sense.
I remember your calm. How you listened to my shouting match with the governor and actually heard me. You saved my city and gave me a home. A sanctuary where I could be myself. I'll never forget that.
You were my hero right away.
Because I found a fucking mug for you.
You got my priceless face. What more could a girl ask for?
And now look at you. Look at us. How far we've come in a short time. Quite a lot, as it turns out. But the journey is worth it.
Not to raise the sails before the anchor, but we left trouble in our wake. Fjord, Thirdborn, Solace. If we make it out of here, it won't be to a living lands suddenly at peace.
Just this once. Could we forget about the rest of the living lands? Some of us could use a break.
If we can't take a moment to ourselves on a floating island outside reality, then I don't know where we can.
Right. We could all use some beauty rest. We'll want to look our best on the battlefield, won't we?
Before we turn in for the night, I'd like a word in private. Nothing serious, just planning out the rest of my life.
Sleep well.
Sure thing.
Finish this together.
I came here to help you do whatever you're supposed to do with your god friend. Instead, I'm here talking to dead people.
Alright, Bruce Willis.
I think it did. He really did seem at peace, right? I imagine most encounters with dead old friends don't, go so well. I owe a lot of that to you, Envoy. You helped me be someone who could handle Sokka like that. Thank you. I will say, it's not really what I expected when I started tracking you and Kai back in Paradise. No, I was thinking more in terms of hunting for wild game and peeing on Kai to put the fires out. It's been a bit of a ride, Envoy. I feel like it's coming to an end. One way or another. I don't know. Maybe the unexpected isn't so bad after all. I never expected you and I would become friends. Quick note. If you tell any of the others I said that, I'll poison your drink. Anyway. Pleasant dreams.
So, when you find Sapadal, I hope you tell him how much I love what they've done with this place. I'm a man of hidden depths. What's not to love about floating islands and a spectral tree? Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse. Though, maybe don't mention that to Sapadal when you meet them. No one likes being told they don't have it that bad. And from what you've shared, Sapadal doesn't exactly seem even-keeled. Uh-huh. I've heard that one before. Usually before a lot of tears, a lot of drinks, and a lot of, I should have known better. Still, you taught me that a person can grow beyond their flaws. Why wouldn't the same be true of a god? I hope you're right, because we are all in trouble if you're wrong. You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit, I'd be right there with you. But knowing they could end us all with a temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess we've all got our limits. And I don't envy you having to deal with a loose cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have if, I mean, when we escape this place. Lucky thing your emperor sent his best representative as his envoy, right? You'll have your work cut out for you. A lot of people aren't going to make that distinction. Especially when your Ambassador Heelguard hosted Ludwig in Paradise for as long as her assistance was convenient. You may have averted the attack on Fjord, but this is one situation where it's the thought that counts. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Heelguard banned the practice in Paradise. Oh, I wish I were finished. Ringra may have unleashed some powerful magic against the Dream Scourge, but she left a lot of corpses in her wake. That doesn't look good for your people. Not when Ludwig was also in the region, and your people had a garrison at Eagle's Reach. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time. This is why I stuck to soldiering. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's going to be laid at Adir's door. And if I had to guess, I don't think Heelguard's been helping matters while you've been out here. If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy. I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this.
Thanks.
Anytime. Good night, Envoy.
Oh, Envoy. Have you recovered yet from our chat in the library? I don't think I have yet, but maybe talking it out will help. I think I just need to say some things out loud, if that's all right. It's just... we already have a lot to take care of, don't we? We have a god and an empire both vying for our attention, and...
Your floating wand.
now I have this legacy forced on me. I was already unsure what to do, and now a third option appears like the world's worst surprise. But... it makes sense. My whole life has been about the godless in one way or another. It explains why I knew the language, why I felt so drawn to the ruins. It's not an answer I would have expected, but it's an answer. And now that I know, I kind of thought, well, honestly, I feel more... full. Like a puzzle piece sliding right back into place. No matter what happens, even if my path doesn't lead to the library, I feel better than I have in ages. Oh, I was just thinking I needed more options. How did you know? I think... for the first time in my life, I don't know what to do.
Congratulations, Yardsley. Now you're just like the rest of us.
No matter what, I've always known exactly what I want. But this is the first time I've had more options than time in the day. What do you think?
You're a wizard, Yardsley.
You're right. The Akira have been with me my whole life in one way or another. I owe it to them and myself to see it through to the end. Thank you, Envoy. I've been agonizing over this for longer than I want to admit. Finally picking a destination makes the journey a lot easier. Oh, but I am not looking forward to telling Quilici.
He'll understand. Your happiness and fulfillment are everything to him.
Well, come on. We've bigger things to deal with. Literally, in Sapadal's case. Much as I'm loath to relinquish the spotlight, we should be off. And Envoy, thank you, truly. Now, let's go.
Nope, still going you to talk to.
All this time, I thought my parents died in a freak accident. An experiment gone awry. A mistake. And in a way, they did. But it wasn't their mistake. It was Sapadal's. Generous? Perhaps. Until I knew the whole story, there was never anyone to blame. This whole experience has me considering my family's work in a different light. Look at what my mother accomplished. Armed with her research and her wits, she found a god. When you speak to a god, it's nothing. Barely a reflex. But for the rest of us, it's unimaginable. No Animancer can live up to that. Certainly not me. I thought their legacy was a curse, and I could only break it by completing their work. I was wrong. Of course I can. But now, I can do them for the right reasons. One thing is certain. When it comes to Animancy, I need to unlearn some of my old assumptions. I wanted to tame the spirit of the living lands. Now, there's so much about it I don't understand. And it's creepy, but wonderful. They probably won't even notice me. But stranger things have happened. I believe the power flowing out of the garden drove this island mad. That has to end. Through animancy, we could help the living lands recover. It would take a lifetime, maybe more, but that's a small price to pay. Then again, who am I to interfere with an ecosystem that I barely understand? On the other hand, half the fun of animancy is stirring the pot and getting into trouble. I think I know what I want, but there are too many variables to consider. What do you think?
Stir the pot.
I have a lot of catching up to do, and plenty of room to grow. But I think you're right. So be it. Starting today, I don't have to live up to anyone's example. Animancy can be whatever I make of it. I know they would be. And not just because some ancient plans told me so. Now I just have to decide which field of research to pursue. But no need to bore you with the details. I've only got one lifetime as Giada Castel, so I'd better make it count. Hey, you helped me through a very difficult time. I just wanted to say thank you.
You're good, Luffy.
Oh, you still want to talk?
Stuff.
Chatty, aren't you?
Solus has a few old-fashioned ideas about animancy, to put it lightly. Thank you for letting Petru go free. Animancy is not a crime, but many feel entitled to treat it as
Don't even
one.
remember who that is.
Aren't we all? Whether or not Petru is successful as an animancer, he has a right to learn the art. And it's good to know someone out there is defending his rights. If I must.
Forking hell, man.
Many animancers believe that nature is the... Well, I've been contemplating that assumption. You made peace with the Delimgan in Galawain's tusks. Could that be a sign of things to come? Possibly, if they were to find common ground. I've spent my life trying to dominate nature, to overcome the limitations of our existence for the good of everyone, just like my mother. But what if animancers coexisted with the natural world, supporting instead of exploiting? With a little encouragement, it could be possible. There's plenty of work ahead of us. Now, let's try and stay. You too.
Yay. There's no point in doing any of this.
What's wrong, Marius? Your left eye is...
Slowly regenerate up to 50% of your maximum health. I've got that with a bloody other thing. Alright, I can make food.
Like you've got something to say.
Right, well.
Plus 6 for like respawning conversation.
I just, you know, with your family.
Well, I've got 4 of them. How long does that even last for anyway? Forever? I'll drop you for you. Because I need someone to aggro anything after me. Attribute bonuses end at rank 15.
Sabadell's prison. What else could it be?
Companions? I forgot Kai with me. And Gianna.
Time to shut it down forever.
Let's look around. There's got to be a mechanism somewhere around here.
No, I didn't even do mine, did I? I guess there's not really anything that I want. I mean, I guess I could just get that and slow down time even more. Still don't know why the hell I'm exploring. No bloody point, is there?
Protect the envoy. Here's what's mine.
Bitch.
That'll show him. Careful with that thing. It has a mind of its own. Never knew I wanted to see something so bad. What's your flank?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys actually want to attack this thing with me, that'd be great. But you know you're gonna attack me, aren't you?
Just like the good old days.
So, this is how you imprison a god.
Keep your guard. You gotta live to tell this tale.
They're coming!
Why the fuck are you fighting me? Dickhead.
Back in the fight.
Oh yeah, you can get up anyway.
Speed up!
Oh, and then I will do this and make a save just in case. So I can eat my food. hill.
You have come at last, after so long. You are so small, we questioned if you were real. Then steps, a voice, through armies and corrupted soil. You persevered. Now, you are here. They choked our light, clipped our wings, pinned our hands. We felt only the bars, the shackles. They did not explain. We wish it could have been different. We only wanted connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore. Blood on the tile. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there. A mountain of essence. We strain, but it will move for you. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We want nothing more.
Like I said, I'm already at the point where I'm like, screw it. So there's no point backing out now. Whatever the consequences. Like I say, if I play the next time, I'll join with the missus.
We trust you. You who have been by our side for so long. You met death, and you offered your hand. You taught us mercy. Always mercy. We saw how you would fight for those who could not. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve that opportunity. Do you think we have learned nothing from you? We deserve more than this prison. Let us have a chance to rest. We want peace. Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? The beautiful thing you killed. Already you have
No, I haven't forgotten.
We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said?
Nope.
More than anything, that is what we desire too. Treat us as you would the bear.
You want me to shoot you? I'll do that.
Heal us. Grant us the same. The time has come for you to act. End our pain, and the dream scourge will cease. us peace. It is all we have wanted for so long. Center your thoughts. Reach for us. Clear the fog. Tear down the gates. We were so blind, so lost. We brought such horrors to this place. We feel bright. We had forgotten what it is to live. We will grow, tend, flower. We will always remember this. We will remember you when you are ash and soil and mulch.
Godlike ability, Sabotag's Fury. Unleash the power of Sabotage to lift all nearby enemies in the air and slam them down. Nice. And thus Earth had blown up. Oh great, Doctor Strange is you. What about my mates? It's a pretty decent reaction. It's like, hello? Oh, they're here. Hey, guys. Thanks for coming. Now I've just got to kill Wodica, or whatever the hell she's doing. Unless big flaming eye lady's back. And she's like, haha, you thought you could kill? Yes. Yes, I did. Level 29. With nothing to spend my shit on. No. To take damage from an enemy, your next attack within 5 seconds deals 7%, plus 7% of the original damage you received. Oh, go on then. That only adds to my overall damage, which is nice. Oh, my companions! Oh, right, yeah, because I didn't get these two, did I?
Jeez.
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
This is Sapadal's doing. I'm certain of it. No power in Aora could transport us so quickly, or so far.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
For once, I wish I wasn't. Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time? Assuming there's even a difference.
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
You look at this place. It feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel Garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Reingrim is here. Perhaps we get to see an Archmage in action.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Wardens are here too. That conflict we've been trying so hard to prevent started without us.
If he didn't start this himself.
The Steel Garrote have been itching for a fight this whole time. This would have happened with or without us.
Before we go, what happened back there with the Dream Scourge and Sapadal?
I'm not sure. That's good, right?
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I only hope we can say the same about Sapadal. Time will tell, I suppose.
After all this time, they're free. And the living land is free to heal.
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god. All in all, rather a successful day.
Hill and God entwine. The flower shades the soil in which it grows.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead of whatever storm is brewing down there.
People seem to be gathering west of here. Whatever's happening, let's be a part of it.
Okie dokie.
Sansa, how did you make it out here? God, they marched in with no warning. Envoy, what does the Garrote... What's the point of exploring if you just want to plant your flag everywhere? They broke some glass. They didn't think I was worth...
Right now?
If you're looking for survivors.
How many?
I'm not sure. I saw Sapiento... Gods.
We should move. Let's hope that...
Envoy, wait! I took some supplies when I ran. I'll even give you a dip.
Thanks, man. Ooh, stuff that I don't need anything of. Got some money out of it.
Snow? Why is there snow here?
That's gotta be Reingrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscarp.
Reingrim.
We meet again, Envoy. Paradise burns, thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
It wouldn't be the first time she's come back.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally, changed by your actions. Perhaps a new god being set loose on the world is certain to have consequences. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice.
Well, we're out of town. Did I not drink my thing? God damn it.
Wise answer, that. I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck, it won't end with you also on fire. Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye, Envoy.
Oh,
and
John.
lastly, I do look forward to when all of this is done.
Oh, yes. We'll,
Hey, how you doing?
I know it's crowded, but I promise we're safer in here.
They're here.
Envoy, you're back! We came running as soon as we saw the ships.
Hello. Protect her at all will. At all costs, whatever.
Papa, where have you been? Envoy, I knew you'd show up eventually.
How is Emerald Stair? More importantly, how are you?
Thriving on both counts, I'm happy to report. My revenants were just getting comfortable in Thirdborn when the Steel Garrote stepped out of line. When I heard tensions were brewing, I thought to myself, this is a job for the undead. So I gathered the flock. Likewise, I'll keep them on a tight leash, just in case the Steel Garrote breach our defenses. Better to have them and not need them. Oh, and I've been meaning to thank you. Whatever you did in the garden seems to have worked. Emerald Stair is healing, believe it or not. Once this is over, our crops will flourish like never before. Easier said than done, I suppose. Best of luck out there. And don't worry about a thing. My flock will keep us safe and secure.
Thank you, Elia.
Thanks.
My compliments to the flock, as always.
I wasn't worried until she said that. Let's get out of here.
We held them off in Fjord. We can hold them off here, too.
Elder the Gory.
Envoy, how good to see you here as we stand together at the brink of this historic event. Thank you again for your help back in the archives. Paradise burns from the torches of the Steel Garrote. The people of the living land stand ready to defend their home. Yes, what happens in Paradise now will decide the fate of the Parkrunen after all.
What's the plan if Paradise falls?
We will find a way to persevere. We Parkrunen have a gift for surviving inhospitable conditions, and always have. Whatever the outcome of the upcoming battle, do not forget us. I fear that more than our deaths. If Adir and the Steel Garrote have their way, they'll strip the history books of any mention of our culture and our ways. Future generations will only ever know us as an appendage of the Empire. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope so, Envoy. I truly do. That's as much as I'll say. You have a role in deciding what happens next. Do the right thing, Envoy. Let history remember you for the correct reasons.
I don't want to go to Yesba. Sure will miss that oasis, though.
Do not allow your differences to blind you to the real threat.
Shrine to Ortica, which is mirror. This isn't even the same map, is it? Oh, because all of this is... No. I was gonna say all this has been destroyed, but no, it hasn't. It really doesn't look to be the same Dawn Shoal that I left, though. Let's see, Castle's Fall, you got that was fine. I feel like this was further out than this. Yeah, because... Well, if the shantytown's there, because the way up that we came, the woman that we talked to in the town... Yeah, because the lighthouse is there. It was further down here, I swear. Because then the woman lived like, out here or whatever. Yeah, Denigan's cottage. Unless this is just... the water having lowered. Because obviously we have to go over some bridges and whatever to get to here. And whatever.
Envoy? Is it really you?
Hello.
Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Nakutadek?
The origin of the Dream Scourge? It was the act of a god this whole time?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak. It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
But the plague isn't over. Dream Thralls still litter Shatterscarp.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
The god of the godless.
Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god. But how can that be?
Giada and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the Living Lands.
I'd say we're past the point of theorizing.
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the beyond.
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes is time and the right application of pressure.
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Nakutadek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
We saw similar destruction at Nakukubel. If these roots and the Dream Scourge are the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
And I could kith a child, so kith means kill? What?
Altruism is fertile ground for folly, I've found.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Sapadal's power ravaged my people. I don't know that I can ever trust it.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nanru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking, just to be sure.
No.
She's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's plowed through the militia like a knife through warm butter.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
Regrettably, she's not in the business of making exceptions for people she deems oathbreaker. So long as her passion for Wodka lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That'll be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible. Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwig who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her steel garrote laid siege to the city shortly after you beat her to the garden.
We've had no news from inside for several days. From what we can observe, southern Paradis is in pieces, and the remaining militia batters at the gates to no avail.
Is there nothing our people can do?
Given the state of our supply routes after the Dream Scourge, and the Steel Garrote's destruction, we expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh food and clean water in a matter of days.
We brought as many Hail and Able from Thirdborn as would come. But after the Dream Scourge and our losses from Nakuku Bell, we could spare so few. I worry it won't be enough.
Yeah. Just send me and I'll do it.
My wardens are still reeling from effects of the eruption. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair, particularly if we are to endure a siege. Most of my men remain at the keep. I can't risk them against the Steel Garrote for the sake of Paradis, not when we are so few.
Well, that's been a point of debate. We can't agree on how to stand against the Steel Garrote, nor who should lead the effort.
I'll do it.
Nobody wants to risk their people at the front.
So you let the Paradis militia go it alone? Even if our meager forces should make it inside, the siege won't end until Ludwig does. And none of you know how to kill her. Precisely. The lawful settlement of a new Adirian colony, supposedly. Or the establishment of a Wodekan state. She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a powerful endorsement. I don't think peace
Did I say
is her
fat
concern.
fucking chance?
Remember, she has an obligation to
I'll pick that
Wodekan,
one.
a solemn oath. And neither the Steel Garrote nor the Queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question is, why didn't you stop her?
Excuse me? She's a 7-foot-tall skeleton powered by her devotion to the goddess of retribution. This isn't my fault.
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwig and the Tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence. Why are you treating him with kid gloves when Paradis cries out for help?
Because it's better if we just go in, beat the living shit out of her and move on.
Change it now. The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against Adir that she's nearly made it true. One people, one law, one true God. That's Ludwig's vision for the Living Lands. What passes between Ludwig and her men, or between Ludwig and the Emperor, for that matter, is not my affair. But if I had to guess, this was the alternative.
Your empire is doing what it does best. Stamping out dissent until surrender is the only option.
Your republics are hardly any different. Their intentions in the Deadfire were certainly not pure.
As you say, we left the republics for a reason.
The Inquisitor answers only to Wodekan. In attacking Paradis, she has dragged us all far beyond the bounds of the Emperor's desires. I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer mine. Ludwig has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwig, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals.
Fuck the Emperor.
Which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Rest into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength. Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you, I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil, I'm open to uniting if you are.
It's a nice idea, but consider the costs. If we walk away from a relationship with Adir, we're leaving a lot of trade on the table. But the people of Thirdborn have friends in the world. I'm sure we'd find our way through.
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do to stop us? When my people return to Fjord, we could create such miracles of animancy, the Living Lands would become the breadbasket of the world.
Of course. Well, don't leave me in suspense. Oh, gods have mercy.
Yep.
Solace and her Wardens stand vigil with the Living Lands.
By grit and steel, Thirdborn stands with the Living Lands.
Fjord and her animancers stand with the Living Lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God,
Well, that's not for me to decide. The game will be over by then.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwig and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
The Living Lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwig must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson they will never forget.
Show them that the Living Lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza. May all the gods of Eora and the Living Lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the Living Lands takes care of its own.
Time to stop the Steel Garrote. Lead the way, Envoy.
Thanks. Well, I guess I'm going back to camp to talk to you. see what the hell you want. What would actually be pretty decent is if you can break her. Oh, you don't actually want to talk, do you? Oh, you do. Yeah, what would be interesting is if you manage to convince her and then she becomes an unkillable skeleton for Sapadol. Because I mean, I would suppose either she lives, you join her, she dies, or maybe
feels right. Like we're fighting for the
you
survival
could
of life.
transition her to your god
You should get some sleep.
and still live forever.
Big day coming up. Right. Things feel different now. Wrong, somehow. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness. You know, I've never seen a bear go to war. They fight for survival, not for causes. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine, really. But it's some blessed day Sokka when you think about it. Right. Careful you don't get stuck in all that sap. I'll be alright, Envoy. You go get some blessed day rest.
Nope, I need to talk to Jihan.
Can't sleep? Neither can I. We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands, rallying under the banners of the Paradise militia. Your Emperor will not be pleased. Political influence is dangerous. If you aren't careful, it can turn against you. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you are told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last. All we ask in return is that you do the same for us. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him. I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers. Time for you to get some rest. We have a big day ahead of us. Excellent. The Imperial Court taught you well, but I suspect there were gaps in what they call an education. If there's anything you've been dying to learn from an Animancer, now's the time. Gladly. You should have seen my thesis defense. I called the governor an intellectual void, an ooze in the form of man. Now, let's begin. You, drifted off for a moment. Really?
Damn it.
Well, aren't you the clever one? No harm done, of course. Besides, a little nap is good. That's all I have to teach.
Thanks.
Go on, then. Go on then.
No.
What's on your mind? In truth, I'm not as worried as I used to be. I've been thinking about the Inquisitor. Formulating a theory, you might say. A Death Guard clings to their existence by force of will. Stubbornness, unfinished business, that sort of thing. Ludwig is held together by faith, and that may be her undoing. If only it were that simple. Faith is the foundation of her reality. Faith in the righteousness of the gods. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. A new god independent of hers? Blasphemy. By that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And yet here you are. By staying alive, of course.
You want to BG's it? I can BG's it.
God, a contradiction to her reality. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Her entire worldview depends on it. Who knows? Maybe that uncertainty is enough to make her mortal again. Or maybe not. I'm just theorizing as I go. Whatever happens, I want to see it for myself. For the research.
Oh, there's my answer. +2 resolve. I think he trained me, she trained me. You trained me?
Boy, I've seen Mount Fort. I don't know.
Yeah, just train me.
Oh, the poor anyway. We already
No, you can't train me. Can you train me?
Well, we're doing this. Are you okay? Well, thinking back, we went to the cop. We both learned. Oh dear.
Just train me.
I'm sure I just. And that's skipping to. I mean, hey, you saved. You even saved. Second only. Who would have. Oh, truly. That's weird. Well, how can I.
Nope, I guess not.
Don't let the bedbugs fight, dearie.
All I'm saying is I'm ready to fight.
Oh, got two.
I'm not thrilled about it.
I've seen people fight for much worse things than freedom.
It's gonna fall down.
Let's finish.
Can we fling this? Oh no, suits. Hey guys, how you doing?
Stop right there. Let's get him.
Oh, the big guy's here. Hey man, how you doing? Thanks, big man. No, I missed it. Hey man, how you been?
Shall be a bloody day.
I was worried for a second.
We got this guy on our team. We'll be fine.
What was that?
We've got company.
Stop right there.
Go ahead. I'll hang back and watch the gate.
Okay, Mars. Good luck with it. Frame rate.
What are you doing? Lead the way.
Quiet. I thought you left town weeks ago. About time. You're the only one Ludwig will listen to. I saw a few on my way here. I imagine they've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you.
5.
Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it. Suit yourself. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey, listen, people. I'm headed out. We should go now, while the fighting's died down.
Can you
Oh no, yeah, you don't want to do it.
Envoy, am I ever glad to see you?
Oh, it's the twins.
Please, leave me be.
And the Virgin. Thanks. Appreciate it, but I'm gonna kill people now. No, let's go this way. Cool, not going to. Smash them, beat them, kill them all.
Is someone...
Couldn't have done it better.
Envoy, over here. What exactly do you think you're doing?
What do you mean?
Liviana, don't you ever take a break?
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the Steel Garrote. What have you got to say for yourself? Well, at least you're alive. Try and keep it that way. Kai, is this your doing?
Come on. I couldn't have kept him out of the action if I wanted to.
I knew you were a bad influence. We're
Naughty
patching up
boy.
folks as best we can, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess. Yeah, stop the fighting. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need
Tight schedule.
money, supplies?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic. The invitation's still open.
Thank you, but I've decided to tough it out as an animancer. On my own terms. Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy.
I'll be fine.
Practice with Uncle Capo 100 times. Tight, but not too tight. You don't want to cut off the blood flow.
I swashbuckler, but maybe. I swashbuckler. Thanks for that one, Geodum. Oh. Oh, that's Sappadol. Nice. Well, I will say, the one thing... I don't know if I'm saying the one thing, but everything coming together that I've ever done, all the people you've talked to, helped out and whatever, actually being here for the end, is really nice. Like this random thing, excuse me, you did at the beginning of the game, if you find it, now actually has a meaning. Which is pretty cool. Obviously, I'm assuming there should be more people that will help out, because I know I would have missed some side quests.
Stand against her and fall.
That's Ludwig ahead. Lead on. I'm with you to the end.
Oh, I shall F5 and Z. And drink my drink. Hey, Ludwig. How you doing?
So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
Damn it.
Our conflict was foretold the moment you were born. You can no more avoid it than I can die. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
Oh, but it is. Some wounds must be cauterized in order to heal.
Cauterized? Your troops have nearly burned Paradis to the ground.
The only question is, what's to be done with you? You, who were once so bright and promising.
Her mind is already made up. She's just toying with us.
Sapadal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live. Do not patronize me. I have every right to put down a threat to the Empire. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
You will. You must. You have no choice. Face me and die with honor. Or fall to your knees and die as a coward. How you die doesn't matter, but you will die. Every vestige of Sapadal must be wiped from this earth. The Burned Queen demands it.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what we mean.
The Burned Queen doesn't need to sully her power with mortal concerns. Not when she can rely on me. I will pursue her ambitions until my bones grind themselves to dust. While you are little more than a nursemaid to your diseased false god. Hear me, Envoy. I am the avatar of the Burned Queen, the goddess of retribution. I am her sword arm, her will in the world. And so long as I can fight, I will be her champion.
But she fails, and fails, and fails her god. How long until Rodica finds a new avatar?
Really? Fuck off.
You could never understand what it means to forge a life for yourself. From nothing. You, who have always been God-touched. You have never truly been alone. Even now, you rely on others to support you. To buttress your countless weaknesses. From death, I made myself into a vessel so powerful, the Burned Queen could not refuse me. And I did it on my own.
Really? Oh, fuck off. Actually, I might be able to do this. Can't reload. I can reload. The only way is if I spend enough points to get them high enough, because I can respec. $26 points, and I don't remember what I needed, like 14 for Constitution, was it? Or 14 for Intellect? Well, if I get 6 from everything, well, I can't. Which one am I at? 2, 2, 2, 4. So I could put like 2 points onto that. Then that'll only get me to 12 for most of them. And might wasn't really a thing that ever turned up in this. So yeah, I'll be doing slightly less damage, but who cares? I can't remember what it was. Was it intellect that I was missing? Because that would take me to 14.
There you are.
No, we can skip most of it.
Good. Look, keep her. Blasphemy. Sapadal is a clot in the heart of the world. What should they matter to the true gods of Aora? Your god will meet their end just as soon as I'm through with you. Hear me, Envoy. I am... And so...
But she fails, and fails, and fails her god. How long until...
I was alone. Alone against a tide of liars, sinners, and turncoats. Besieged by incompetence. Fettered by others' cowardice. I weathered the Burn Queen's trials, and through them all, I never doubted her. I've done all that I could. She sees that. She must. I believed we were alike, Envoy. That when the time came for you to prove your loyalty, you would choose Adir. I believed the dream of our future, of our resurgent empire, would move you as it does me. And if that failed, I believed the Burn Queen would stop you. Yet here you stand before me, my enemy, unopposed by the gods. Why?
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wodica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
Oh, fuck off. I needed 15.
A faith that demands...
I'm assuming this is not going to do anything. No. Fuck's sake, man. This is bullshit. Like, I don't really know many people who's actually going to be sitting around playing this game naturally and have somewhat, even 15 fucking resolve intellect or perception. I mean, unless you're using magic, then I guess you'd have probably intellect and whatever done. So what is it, intellect, perception, or resolve? One of the three that I need at 15. Fuck me, dude. Was it intellect, perception, and resolve? I probably could also just go back to get my rings, but yeah. Now I have 7 points for the things that I do want. Now we can do it.
There you are.
Yeah, shut up. Right. I didn't drink the fucking... God, eat my ass. I will get this right eventually. Third, fourth, eighth, 12th, whatever time's the charm. What was it? 9.
There you are. So, did you come?
Yeah. We've been over this.
We are a challenge to her authority. She is afraid of what?
The Burned Queen doesn't need to. And
but she fails and fails and fails her god. How long until
I was alone?
Yeah.
The worm of doubt gnaws at her soul. Where was Wodica when she needed her most? Where is she now?
No! The bird
Then before I've now got to have like 20 points to fully convince her.
and accepted me as her champion. I don't need anything else. I can still prevail. I must. I feel her fire in me. I know I do.
Do you?
Wodica, my lady! Where are you?
No answer.
No! It's not true!
Shame. Suffocating shame.
Stop! I can't! No! 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 Forgive me! Wodica!
Now I win. Nice sword.
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done for, but we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together. Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradise,
Yeah,
as though
when
the city is
GG.
holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the living lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Research yields new developments in the struggle against nature. Technology is shared among the united settlements. The Empire cannot get in the way of progress. For the people of Shatterscarp, independence is bittersweet. Those who cannot withstand the grief inflicted by Ringgrim's spell leave the settlements, vanishing into the wilderness. Those who remain find themselves forced to cooperate with others, often begrudgingly. With so many dead, the need to stave off hunger outweighs any distaste for certain trading partners. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the living lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. For the first time in many years, Kai feels an agreeable restlessness. Not to flee, not to drift, but to venture. He visits the distant shores Tama told him about, and savors the modern marvels, ancient wonders, and breathtaking expanses he beholds. His heart swells, not with grief, but with awe. There is so much to discover, and he will spend his years chasing all of the joy and beauty the world has to offer him. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Messiverno lives on in her. In a past life, Yatsley was given a task: protect the history and knowledge of the godless. Now, many lifetimes later, she continues upholding that oath. She moves into the library in the garden, spending her days poring over the clay tablets there. But not even the letters from, and rare visit to, her lover help ease the loneliness that fills her days. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, The rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sopadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together. And in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts. And on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
Boom. Okay. There you go. GG's. Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, pretty good game. I liked it. My face never says so, but like I said, I totally enjoyed it. And as always, it's a very, very minor thing, but like doing random ass fucking quests. And then final battle, like the fucking ogre guy turns up, obviously you see her off in the distance, destroying shit. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the zombies attack him, but obviously they would have been defending. It's still really cool that the people that you helped out, although very minor, again, like the woman who just wanted you to do that very minor quest for her, then turns up and she's like, oh, hey, I got my zombies to help out if you need them to. That small moment at the end of a game will always mean a crap ton to me, because, like, you normally get RPGs where it's just like, oh, you did a thing. Cool. Again, like in Chapter 2, when you continue the investigation behind the waterfall, don't do it. City burns in hell, basically. Continue to investigate and help them out, or stumble across it and do it. I'm assuming, actually, it would be interesting if you could go in there and talk to them and convince them to fuck off. That would be interesting, instead of them to fight them. Because you could probably actually talk to them and be like, yeah, we're just going to attack me, but yeah, okay, cool, I'll help. But yeah, like just small things like that. They just affect little things here or there. It at least means that the quests are interconnected in a way that feels like the game's alive, if that makes any sense. I liked it, thoroughly enjoyed it. For £1, easy. But yeah, would I play this game again? I can at least play it once more and just say fuck it and tell Sopadal to keep going fuck herself, never take her powers. I might use magic, and then just help out what's her face, Ludwig, because that was obviously the other extreme end. And it will be interesting to see if companions do leave you, or if they still stick around and are like, I don't like you. But it would be nice if at some point they do just get pissed off and like, I'm not fucking helping you. Yeah. thoroughly enjoyed it. Great game. One I can easily recommend. Easily. So, I don't actually, this isn't on PS4 though, PS5 though, is it? If it's not, that's a shame. Like, if Microsoft are going to be porting shit to PS4, PS5, I think they're doing Halo, they should definitely port this over. Because it'd be a pretty nice game for more people to play. But yeah, so if you've got a PC or an Xbox, if it isn't on PlayStation, knock yourself out. Great game. But yeah, so I'm out. I will move over to Guns of Fury and finish that off. Yeah, for anyone who watched for Avowed, hope you enjoyed as much as I did. But yeah, I'll catch you in Guns of Fury, I suppose. But yeah, until then, bye for now.